Hi, I'm Sam Sorbo for the Accidental Homeschooler. Thanks again for joining me. Today we're talking about scaffolding. So what do I mean by scaffolding? You construct a scaffold of your homeschool efforts. And part of the reason that you do this is because you need places to retreat to. You're climbing and you're moving up on the scaffolding, and then at some point you're going to hit a point where it's going to get a little bit too difficult. You want to have a place to sort of retreat back to so that you can regroup, regather, and start again, kind of thing. And part of that is because homeschooling is parenting. The two things go hand in hand. And when you drop your kids off at school, you also start to abdicate sort of the parental responsibilities, mainly because you're just not there. And so you're not called upon to contribute in the way that a parent who is with their child for the entire day is called upon to do. So remember when you had like your fallback plan, like you were going to college and you were hoping to become a doctor, but if you couldn't become a doctor, you were going to go in and become a physical therapist, or, nothing against physical therapists. I'm just trying to say, you had constructed a bit of a scaffold so that you knew what you were aiming at, but if you didn't achieve that, you had other options. And you kind of want to do that with your homeschool life with your kids, so that if you hit a point where the child is just getting overly frustrated, you can say, you know what, let's put that aside. Let's go over here and I got the ingredients to bake cupcakes. Let's bake some cupcakes and we'll come back to this in a minute. So that you have the option to do that. Now, if you're brand new to home education and your kids have been going to school for all this time, you might be frustrated by things that are not academic in nature. And those are, for instance, behavioral issues. You do not want to let the behavioral issues become larger problems. And for that reason, you need the scaffold, so that when you hit upon a behavioral issue, you can just, what I call it, nip it in the bud. You can retreat from that and go and park somewhere else for a while. So if you have a child who is struggling because they don't trust you as the teacher, you're not the teacher. You haven't been the teacher ever, and they've been going to school and they know that they have their teacher, and maybe they're not expressing it to you in such a way, but you can see it on them that they're, why are you telling me what to do? You need to retreat from that position without, you don't concede anything. You just say, you know what, let's do this instead. And you take charge as the parent, and you say, you know what, I just decided, instead of doing the math that I've asked you to do, this is what we're going to do instead. We need to go for a walk. You want to go for a walk? No, Mommy, I don't want to go for a walk. Well, what would you like to do? Just want to go to my room. Okay, what would you like to do with me? We need to do something together. Now, we can sit here and try to do math, or we can go for a walk. And at that point, hopefully the child says, okay, I want to go for a walk. Or, well, I want to go play basketball. Okay, I will come outside and I will watch you play basketball, because I never played basketball with my kids. So it's like, but I will come outside and be out there. Or, and then you go outside and maybe you spend 10 minutes and you tell the child, wow, you're getting so much better. And in other words, you are forming a different bond with the child. And then when you go back to the math, you're coming back at it in a slightly modified role. It's a different role. And you need to break up the traditional roles that you guys have had because of what the school system has imposed on you. Does that make sense? I'm hoping that that makes sense. So it's good to focus on academics. Lord knows I certainly focused on academics when I first started homeschooling my kids. But I really want parents to understand the school's not about academics. The school is about behavior modification. And the struggle that parents have when they bring their kids home from the public education system is that the public education system has been very focused on making sure that the children behave in a certain way, and the parents have not. And so now you're faced with, well, I need to focus on academics because that's what I think that the school has been focused on, and they haven't. They've been focused on behavior, and you're not focused on behavior. And so while you shouldn't necessarily just be focused on behavior, you're going to have to start there probably in order to sort of replace the role that the school was having with your kid. All right, there will be more videos to come. I'm trying to take it just in bite-sized pieces, but so give that some thought. I'd love to have your comments. Please comment to me, and also if you ask questions, I'm happy to answer questions. I'll be doing a question-answer video coming up soon. So thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to share with all your friends. Appreciate it. Take care.